Hello, my name is Ethan, and welcome back to another episode of Path of Exile Ritual League 3.13. In this episode, we're going to show you guys the fucking most broken shit Chaos Golems. Enjoy the most crazy mapping experience you'll ever see. Have fun.
I need more mana.
Not bad. No headhunter. Just regular chaos, the old ones. Looks pretty good. Shouldn't loot probably. Don't need to. Looking good. Ritual on the same map. This is pretty good. Look at this. Actually insane. T16 Blight in a map. Look at how cool this looks. So I feel like the Chaos Golems go up to melee, and then they use the skill when they're in melee range as well, and then they shoot really far with the extra area of effect. It's pretty cool. Oh fuck, I forgot to show it. Look, I'm melting the Minotaur. Okay, so because I messed up, we have to do the ritual. We have to do the ritual where we capture the boss. We want the Maze of the Minotaur boss. So where is he? Okay, we found him. He's done his slam. He dropped some rocks. He's dying so fast. Do you see that? This is Chaos Golems. He's dead. Time to do the Forge of the Phoenix boss. Should be pretty cool. Let's just drop a safety portal in case. So, alright. See how it goes. This is just Chaos Golem damage against Forge of the Phoenix.
I need more mana.
Here we go. Dead. I don't know what was happening on the first bit. Maybe no DPS. Let's resummon the Forge of the Phoenix boss in a ritual. I don't see what could go wrong. Let's stand next to the boss so we can maximize our DPS. Huge deeps. Huge deeps. Actually, from doing those, I got to do the the four-way Maze of the Minotaur, all this. Let's do it. So that's the Forge of the Phoenix doing his explosion. Let's not die to that. Prepare the Chimera. We're killing off this Forge of the Phoenix pretty fast. They both seem dead. Another challenger. We have the Lair of the Hydra now. He's dying pretty fast. We have the Maze of the Minotaur boss. He's rolling. Seems really good. This is Chaos Golems.
Until next time.
GG. 3 Crescent Splinters, a Fragment, 2 Orbs of Unmaking, not bad. Now I show a juicy map with Beyond without Tower without a Headhunter, and then I'll do the same map and I'll switch it to a Headhunter. So this is Tower in Beyond with Glenage Cairns, and I have Sextants on. I did some Scarabs. We're gonna run Chaos Golems, 3500 HP. Yeah, it's just a straight up T14 to see how it feels. Rare Alka, you know, doing all the stuff. The Alva. Oh, we got a harvest actually. That's really cool. But you can tell insta killing. Let's do this ritual with those. While I'm casting Convocation to describe the build a little bit. So Convocation is triggering all this shit. I have 2 wands, I'm triggering 2 things. And so Convocation is divergent and it's giving me unnerve nearby enemies, so we're getting an extra 10% spell damage. Because we're actually... Chaos Golems do spells and they don't actually crit, so this is more like... when I was thinking of these Chaos Golems, I'm thinking of Frost Auto Scouts. And so... basically, these things shoot a wave, a rectangle in front of them, and I increased the range of their shot with awakened increased area of effect, and I found out that this increases the rectangle distance, and so it's really strong and really powerful, and I got extra range out of them. So they're off screening, like they're reaching off screen, but then they run up to melee, and actually the running up to melee is kind of good because they will whoops. And we're back. I resummoned my shit. I can't believe I did that. I accidentally despawned myself. So yeah, we're using this alternate quality convocation to do unnerve, and then the convocation is triggering desecrate, spirit offering, and some Vaal summon Skelly. I'm also doing Stormbrand, Hex Touch, and Despair, so I could get Awakened Hex Touch, and then I think you could do some more stuff with that. I'm just gonna save this. Oh god, I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, let's do golden one. Okay, let's get back to the map. And then it's Chaos Golems clearing with Chaos Golem, Awakened Spell Echo, Awakened Minion Damage, Divergent, Withering Touch, which is only supposed to work on attacks, and these are spells, but apparently it works, so I'm using it, and it's OP. Awakened Controlled Destruction, these can't crit, so this is OP as fuck. I don't use Host Chieftains, this is 4 Carnage Chieftains, we get max Frenzy Charges easy as fuck, and Awakened Increased Area of Effect can be swapped for Awakened Void Manipulation if you don't want the super range, but trust me when I say they reach really far, and it's so cool, and you'll love the AoE, and this is like running the pinpoint or the pierce on those Frost Auto Scouts, which is why I compare it. This is the Frost Auto Scout of Golems. It can't crit, it has spells, it doesn't do cold, it does chaos. So it's pretty fucking cool, and I highly recommend people to look at this. And so obviously this map, I'm clearing it perfectly fine. We're melting with just a regular shit belt that I put on just to get the dex and the strength that I was missing from the Headhunter, right? So I've justified the build, clearing T14, crazy map, insta-killing. And look how it's chaos damage, it goes through energy shield, it's really cool. When we're breaking energy shield, it's because of the skeletons or the stone golem. I also decided to run a skeletal atrophy, and I'm summoning skeletons, and the skeletons then have a skeletons have a 10% chance to wither enemies for 2 seconds on hit, and they also have 30% of fizz damage converted to chaos damage. So this is part of that chaos damage skeleton build that I've been telling people about for so long. I'm finally showing a little bit of it. You can run Blessed Rebirth, so you have completely immune skeletons for 4 seconds that are giving wither, that debuff the enemy, and if you debuff the enemy, that's 90% more damage taken because of the wither stacks if you get them up to 15. So we have Withering Touch, Divergent Withering Touch also on a Stone Golem with Feeding Frenzy. So we get Feeding Frenzy off of the Stone Golem. Obviously you could do this with the skeletons too. If you end up not doing the Stormbrand Despair Hex Touch, we could end up 3-linking a skeleton in a wand to have some extra stuff. There's a bunch of different aspects I can go. This was just showing the build with what I currently put together and how cool the clear looks. And because of how cool the clear looks and how cool the clear is, like it is actually full massive AoE, big screen clear, mapping god. Maybe not the bossing god, maybe not the max DPS. It might have higher DPS than we could ever expect, because it can shoot it hits 6 waves, and how many times does a monster get hit by the waves? So then the last thing is that, well, I wonder, yeah, they're mostly a mapper, so then because they're a mapper, and this was just showing them with a regular bolt, what would they look like with a Headhunter, you might be wondering. Let's show. It's time. 1 stack. That's how they look. KEKW. No, damn dude. Not having block against that. Rest in peace. So it's gonna feel similar because it's not scaling really with a Headhunter, and they do chaos, and I'm interested on how the fizz, some of the fizz as extra might work, because I think there's some fizz as extra buffs potentially, but maybe that's only for you. Convocation, they get absolutely destroyed, you saw that. And so it's pretty cool having the unnerved convocation, and when you have phasing So I kind of like to have a perma phasing in the build too. So I was also thinking of, well, I could just put this in my aura stacker instead of carrion golem, and then it should just work. But instead I showed it as a normal build first and not tainted it with the aura stacking, but I don't see why not at this point, because it looks pretty silly. We have their abilities down to 0.8 second cooldown with 7 harmonies perfectly rolled. 0.8 seconds, and then it has spell echo, so it shoots like crazy, huge AoE. You don't have to run the increased area, but I'm telling you, it makes a massive diff, and it gives them increased attack range, which is like, if you could double the attack, if you could give super range to your minions, would you do it? Would you want to make them off screen? Yeah, that's what we've been trying to do with Feeding Frenzy and range minions the whole time. This is it, dude. Can we give them more area of effect? We already have the thing from the Skeletal, Fearsome Force. We have this. Obviously, there's even more ways to improve, and also, this isn't even Chaos, so you could possibly go a Chaos version, Poison version with this Chaos, and there's so many ways to take this build, but obviously when you put a Headhunter on and you run Beyond, and it fixes up the life problems, you feel a lot zoomier, it makes the minions run around more, feels better, Headhunter diff, but you definitely can play it without it. As I showed, it had the same DPS, same clear pretty much. It was just that, well, I'm gonna probably be, if I'm gonna be running Beyond and juicing up in tower, I would probably run a Headhunter, because that would just be silly. And the build actually feels really good, and so some of the major things. Okay, how good is this? Well, it's a spell, melee, range, melee, attack. I don't know, dude. It doesn't work with all the melee things, though, and it doesn't work with all the attack things, so there's only some that are bugged that interact with it, and it's really weird. Whereas, some of the stuff that is good, though, its attack goes through proximity shields, so it's actually a melee attack when it comes to proximity shields, or it's not a projectile, so it doesn't get blocked by the proximity shield. Another thing is, it's not physical or elemental, it's chaos, so it can't be reflected, so you don't have to worry about reflect anymore with this build. You can go run Uberet Ziri with chaos golems without any mod requirement. You're just pure chaos right away. I'm telling you, this is better than the chaos specters that we looked at before. This is better than chaos skellies. This is better than chaos everything I've looked at ever, because, well, and also this is like the better Frost Auto Scout, because they already have built-in AoE, and you don't even have to put area of effect on them. Like, my damage right now, I can do in the Awakened Void manipulation, so now you'll see it without the increased area of effect, so they don't have as much area. But then the deeps, like, they're just shotgunning deeps. They're like a Nautilus E. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Waves, just dead, 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 dead. Dead, dead, dead. Still crazy clear, doesn't need increased area. This is just showing what it could be with the extra range, because it does feel slightly better. We might not be able to feel it on something like tower as much, but in an open map, the range is huge. It's all the way from here to the edge of the screen. Oh, let's shotgun this boss. Look at that. And then let's shotgun the actual boss. Like I said, for bossing, it would probably be better to not have the area of effect, because you don't really need it. Unless you're trying to run around like an idiot because you're super squishy. But look at that. And look at that. Insta-phase. Let's insta-phase the final. And that's Chaos Golems. You would never believe it if you weren't seeing it today. From last night trash to today's best Golem minion in the game. Huh, who would have thought it, dude? Now we just have to figure out how to scale Chaos some more, guys. Let's all work together, you know, work really hard on this. Let's figure out how to take this to the absolute insane level of 80 million damage, you know? Just break this shit. True. Pretty cool showcase, though. Very cool. I'm gonna go grab the rest of the loot. And, hope you guys have really enjoyed this. Yeah, it was sick. think I covered everything that I wanted to cover about them. Oh, side thing. Elementalist is pretty cool. This shield is really cool. When we're using my ability with the Stormbrand, Hex Touch, Despair, we're getting free shock. I already have Skitterbots in the build. I know it's not really the greatest. I have the free Feeding Frenzy on the Stone Golem. If you guys are wondering, 1149 regen, 49% physical damage reduction, and yeah, it's elemental ailment immune. The funny thing is Primordial Bond is so good in the build because we're running both the Stone and the Chaos, and then Skeletal Atrophy, like I said, and then over here I'm running a Feasting Fiends instead of another Skeletal Atrophy, and then I'm running Blessed Rebirth Renewal. I'm running a ton of renewals because it's Golems and they're immune to elemental damage because we're an Elementalist, and it's pretty sick. And the Chaos Golems already have really high Chaos res, so they should be pretty good overall. And I have Grave Intention, so they have the Energy Shield buffer. Overall, very cool. Not sure which one I prefer, but for now I'm going to try them with the increased area because I don't need the DPS, and the area seems really fun to have extra range. But I hope you guys enjoyed the showcase of like a bunch of maps, bunch of bosses, rituals. You know what, fuck it, let's go down one delve, just so you can see it in delve. It should be fine. And then like some of the major things is, oh yeah, the thing is ranged attack, it shoots over walls. So that problem about Leap Slam and Carrion Golem, yeah, no problem, because you don't even need them to go over the wall. They just shoot over the wall. They stand next to you. They're a ranged minion that counts as melee. Well, it's just going through proximity shield because I think it's not a projectile, which is why we can't scale projectiles for this. That's what it actually is. And a bunch of people will probably be triggered by me saying that the proximity shield thing, but it was mostly about the projectiles. And so this thing is like really weird. It reminds me of Sunder. So we have like a Chaos Golem that's Sunder, and it can't crit, so it's a spell like Frost Auto Scout, and it's Chaos, so it's not cold, and it's not. It can start as physical, which is why we can use things like Spirit Offering and Grave Intention so much. It's really powerful. And we're scaling Intelligence Skill Gems and then the Chaos Skill Gems. This shit looks so fucking good, man. It looks so good. And this is Chaos Golems. Who would have ever thought it had this kind of fucking clear this whole time? It's like the best minion in the goddamn game. Oh, holy shit. And the reason is because it's a Golem, Primordial Might, Anima Stone, Elementalist. But you don't get to take a benefit of exposure, but we don't really need it because we can just go the shock and then tanky route of the. We get so much when you go cluster jewels. We're getting so many notables for so little points. 7 points, 3 notables, 4 points, 2 notables. It's fucking disgusting. And that's really good for the Elementalist. So you could actually just go a full. You could go a full big shield Primal Aegis off of a big notable skill tree, so leveling up more is really going to help. I'm only 90 for now. It's really cool though. I'm really excited. This build's super sick, and like I said, the free physical damage reduction from the Chaos Golem, and then the scaling with the Primordial Bond and the Golem Commander and shit. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I went for the +2 Ami. I went for a pretty cool wand. It's my main wand. The helmet has no enchant yet, but yeah. Either way, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to stream this today. I don't have the build guide yet. This is just what I put together for now. So this is something obviously people can actually go and playtest and try out for themselves. But yeah, coming up is endgame builds with Chaos Golems because this shit looks pretty fucking sick. We'll try to figure out how to scale them some more. If you guys have any ideas, make sure to leave them in the comment section below. I'm going to take this opportunity to thank my Patreon and my YouTube members who financially support the channel. I can't do this without you guys, so thank you guys for all the support, and thank you to anyone new who joins the Patreon and the YouTube members today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!